Welcome to the Peaceful Wellness Podcast with me, your host, Deb Phelps. If you are ready to unite with your true nature and find the calm you need to go through this journey called life, then walk a while with me as we learn to be resilient with mind, body, spirit modalities. I am a meditation teacher, mindfulness coach, sound healer, yoga specialist, and these and other modalities have helped me to truly find peaceful wellness within. So let's take a mindful approach together now. Welcome and greetings, my friends. This episode, I'd like to share with you our upcoming book in the Mindful Book Group. I've been doing this Mindful Book Group since January of 2021. So our next book is by Pema Chödrön, and it's The Places That Scare You. And we'll be starting on February 4th, and you are most welcome to join us. So let me tell you about this book. It's by beloved Buddhist teacher Pema Chödrön, and she offers guidance for coping with the difficult moments in our lives and showing us how they can soften our hearts and open us to greater kindness. We always have a choice in how we react to the circumstances of our lives. Now, we can let them harden us and make us increasingly resentful and afraid, or we can let them soften us and allow our inherent human kindness to shine through. So in The Places That Scare You, Pema Chödrön provides essential tools for dealing with the many difficulties that life throws our way, teaching us how to awaken our basic human goodness and connect deeply with others, to accept ourselves and everything around us, complete with faults and imperfections. Drawing from the core teachings of Buddhism, she shows the strength that comes from staying in touch with what's happening in our lives right now and helps us unmask the ways in which our egos cause us to resist life as it is. If we go to the places that scare us, as Pema suggests, we just might find the boundless life we've always dreamed of. That's actually the description of the book. Doesn't it sound wonderful? So one of the quotes Pema shares in the prologue of the book was just so spot on. And I tell my own students this exact same thing. So I'll get to the quote in just a moment, but this is what she writes. We can begin anything we do, start our day, eat a meal, or walk into a meeting with the intention to be open, flexible, and kind. Then we can proceed with an inquisitive attitude. And she says, as my teacher, Pema's teacher, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, used to say, live your life as an experiment. Now I'm going to pause here and tell you, this is what I tell people all the time, that everything that I do, I try, whatever it is, I always think of it as an experiment. For instance, this podcast is an experiment. Because as he says, at the end of the activity, whether we feel we have succeeded or failed in our intention, we seal the act by thinking of others, of those who are succeeding and failing all over the world, and we wish that anything we learned in our experiment could also benefit them. So aside again, I look at these activities that I have tried, whether it's a couple of different names for the work that I do, or different descriptions that I've done, or the podcast, or having my office here, and now closing my office. I look at it as an experiment. And what can I learn from that experiment? And how have I helped others through that experiment? So going back to what she says in this prologue, in this spirit, Pema offers this guide on the training of the compassionate warrior. May it be of benefit at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. May it help move us toward the places that scare us. May it inform our lives and help us to die with no regrets. And she also says that we can let the circumstances of our lives harden us, just as it said here, do we really want to become more resentful and afraid? We always have a choice, and we can soften ourselves in this. And as I look over my own life and the experiences that I have had, some very painful and even excruciating, whether it was involving myself, other relationships, or my children even, I know that they have all brought me to where I am today. And had I not had these, and not that I wish to experience them again or wish them on anyone at all, but had I not had these experiences, I most likely would not be the compassionate person I am today, and I wouldn't be sharing this with you either. These experiences drove me into my mindfulness practice and to modalities of healing. This also brought me to therapy at least 3 different times in my life. Now, we do need the therapy. We do need that aspect because that's a modality too of healing. Besides other types of modalities of healing, and a lot of times we think of those as natural healing. And in my case, that was yoga and sound healing and others, meditation, of course. The point is that even when we have experiences and we experience these tough times, we cannot let it close our heart. And with an open heart and mind, yes, we are vulnerable. I know I was very, very vulnerable and tender because of my wounds. But I know I can allow the light to come through. I know that I made so many protective walls around me because of abuse, trauma, anger, hurt, resentment, betrayal, grief, abandonment, broken heart, anxiety, depression, PTSD, and even my own arrogance. The walls were so tightly built with the strongest materials to what I thought was to keep me safe. But it also kept others outside the walls. Now, I know there is still more work to do, as I know that there are times when I can crawl and hide behind the walls when I feel my vulnerability has been breached. And yes, that is a place that scares me. Yet, being open to love, having gratitude for who I am, even with my flaws, that helps me to awaken to my true nature, the truth of who I am. So you may ask, how can I open to love when I'm so far behind the wall? Well, it's not easy. I will say that. I know for myself, from the dedication and continual practice, that it has released the bricks on the wall. Now, for me, it was lonely and isolated behind the wall. Also made me tough, perhaps too tough, because I mistrusted everyone and everything. And there, of course, was the inner critic's voice that would tell me not to trust, not to venture out, not to join with others, because frankly, love hurts. It wounds. That was the message that I had. Yet I learned over the years, particularly with my practice of loving kindness, that love does heal. Also, that we're never separated from love. Now, I may feel that it is miles and miles away, but it's there if I allow it. And with everything I experienced, the abuse, the trauma, the love remained hidden until I realized through practice how precious my own heart really was. I didn't see it that way before. I chucked it outside the wall with everything else. But through practice, I warmed up to my own heart. Now, let me state here that I understood all of this intellectually, totally intellectually. I have been a meditator since 1980. I've been a spiritual teacher for many, many years. I knew this. I knew about separation. I knew about the greater power of love. I could talk and teach about it endlessly. But the big but here is I didn't feel it inside. I knew that putting all of this into practice was the only way in which it would be revealed. And it was more and more over the years. And the more I put myself more deeply into my practice, the deeper I could feel my heart. I could feel the warmth. I could feel the joy, and even in the hardest of times when I suffered, and at times still suffer, the heart is still there, and I can open to compassion for myself no matter what is on the horizon. I learned to keep my heart free. I learned to keep my heart free to experience all the aspects of life. As I said, we can know these ideas intellectually, but to experience these from the space of our true heart and experience it spiritually is really a radical shift. This is where we heal. This is where we truly heal. Otherwise, it's just lip service. As we do with the rain practice, and I shared that in an earlier episode, we open to all that is present to us, the thoughts, the feelings, the bodily sensations, and we treat ourselves with such gentleness and tenderness, just as we would with a baby or a small child. As Pema shares in the book, we can become the compassionate warrior. Well, what is a compassionate warrior? Well, that is not one who is trained to kill and harm, but compassionate warriors are those of non-aggression who hear the cries of the world. And so we enter challenges in order to alleviate suffering. Now, there are master warriors, as Pema says, and that would be like Martin Luther King or Mother Teresa. But I can still do the same on my own level as I work with myself and others. And I can ask myself, can I be open to cultivating kindness and bravery to look within? And we can do this through practices such as meditation, of course, but specifically loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. And she talks about that early on. And through these tools, Pema says, we can uncover the soft spot within. We find it both in sorrow, but also in gratitude. At times, just like everybody, I like to stay safe and not venture out into practices that cause discomfort. But when you do venture out into these practices, you will find that you will be comforted. I'm sure, like me, you truly want the healing. I know I did so strongly, and that's why I have done the work that I have done, that I practice what I practice and teach what I do. I practice to help myself, and I teach to reinforce that which has helped me to heal. So one of the central teachings of the Buddha says, hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love alone is healed. Beautiful teaching. So what I'd like to share with you in this episode is the loving kindness, or Metta, M-E-T-T-A, practice. So if you will, find a comfortable position in which to sit for this meditation. And as you allow your eyes to gently close, tune into the body and make any minor adjustments. It can be helpful to remember the intention of both ease and awareness. Sit in a way that feels comfortable but alert. We'll start with a few minutes of concentration practice just to help our minds settle and arrive at our present time experience. So as you allow the body to resume to natural breathing, see where in the body you can feel the breath. Now, it may be in the stomach or the abdomen. Now, it may be at the belly, where it rises and falls as the body breathes. It might be in the chest, where you may notice the expansion and contraction of the body. Maybe it's at the nostrils, where you feel the slight tickle of air come in, or the subtle warmth as the body exhales. And you can pick one spot to stick with for this meditation practice. And as you feel the body breathing, try to stay with the breath all the way through. Stick with it from the beginning of the inhale all the way through the end of the exhale. You may have noticed the mind wandering. And when the mind wanders, it's really offering us an opportunity to cultivate mindfulness and concentration. So each time we notice the mind wandering, we're strengthening our ability to recognize our experience. Each time we bring the mind back to the breath, we're strengthening our ability to focus on an object. So remember, this is an opportunity, not a problem. And just return to the breath. As we move into the loving kindness phrases, begin this practice by bringing to mind yourself as you sit here right now. And try to connect with your own deepest intentions for happiness, ease, and safety. You don't need to dive into the stories of what will make you happy. But here we're connecting with that natural desire that you have. You can cultivate this intention to open the heart to your own well-being by silently offering yourself some phrases of metta in your mind. Slowly offer yourself the phrases. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. And you can offer these phrases silently in your mind, saying them slowly enough that you connect with their meaning and the intention behind them. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. You can now bring to mind a good friend. This may be a loved one, a friend, a teacher or mentor, or maybe a pet. You can connect with your natural desire to see this person happy and at ease. And just like you, this person wants to be happy, to feel safe, and to be healthy. And in an effort to cultivate this intention of kindness, you can offer this person a few phrases of Metta. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. You can let this person go from your mind and bring to mind a neutral person. And this is someone you see maybe regularly, but don't know very well. Maybe it's a new neighbor or someone who works where you go a lot, a coworker, grocery store clerk. Although you don't know this person well, you can recognize that this person wants to be happy too. You don't need to know what their happiness looks like necessarily. Again, offer this person the phrases of loving kindness, connecting with the intention to care about their well-being. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. And as you let this neutral person go, you can bring to mind somebody who you find difficult. You may not want to pick the most difficult person in your life. Instead, choose someone who is minorly difficult. Maybe you find someone who you feel agitated by or annoyed by. And here too, you can offer the phrases, recognizing that this is connecting with our intention to care for this person. Although we may not mean it wholeheartedly every time we offer a phrase, we can make an effort with the phrases. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. And now let's include all beings, all sentient beings, plants, animals, the entire world. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful and at ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful and at ease. Thank you again for joining with me for this episode of the Peaceful Wellness Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode as well as the loving kindness practice that we just did. Now, if you'd like to join me for the study of the book, The Places That Scare You, A Guide to Fearlessness in Difficult Times by Pema Chödrön, I have a dedicated page set up at mindfulbookgroup.com. Pretty simple, mindfulbookgroup.com, and you can access all the information that you need to join us. And just so you know, we take our book study slow, so you have time to practice what we are learning to really feel its essence. So thank you again, and I wish you much peace. Thank you for joining with me today. For my weekly classes, meditation and modalities on-demand library, self-study courses, and private sessions, visit my website at peacefulwellness.org.